So shall we start?
Okay.
First, can I have your name and job, what you do for MBC and when you started work for MBC?
Okay, my name is Kim Ji Kyung, and I started to work for MBC 2005.
2005.
So, and now I'm making a program called 2580, a current affairs TV show. And now I quit working because of the strike about 3 months ago.
I see. But can you explain about the program you are making, more detail? Current affairs. For example, what kind of news you made?
English.
이거 좀難しい.
2580 is a TV show about
social
for
program.
example, about social problem most of time. And,
Like
before-
social documentary.
social documentary, and sometimes some trend. It's like a magazine. It airs for 1 hour, and we have 3 different departments inside the program. And one is social problem, one is some trend, and one is something else like that. So before I told about, I have been to Japan before after the earthquake, and I told about the news.
So you went to Japan for that TV program?
Yes, that's right. And I aired about the earthquake of Japan. And
두리반 이런 거.
두리반을 뭐라고
두리반.
There's
부르지?
in Korean there's some now in Korean too many that did the development area in Seoul. But too many in the social problem in now. So in the day in the some one program, the one part program maybe in the last year, and the just one name is 두리반, and some Korean Korean food restaurant, but
Restaurant.
but the restaurant 2 years ago, then the eviction in the reconstruction. The day in the reported from the program in the Taliban, the program of the Korean development program. So in the other maybe in the last year in the Hanjin workers company in the struggle in Busan, the Hanjin workers, Hanjin company, in the making by ship in Busan. Maybe in the some Korean last year too many social problem. The day in the one program the making by in the for Hanjin workers story background of. So
I see.
and blah 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 in the social problem making by in the some 2580.
So when you work for, you said you make that program, you work as a reporter or?
Yes, I'm a reporter of the program.
I see. So I would like to know about when you started on strike and what is the reason or what you demand for the top of the MBC, the reason for on strike. When
We started the strike at January
이거 며칠?
30일.
January 30?
January 30 we
30.
started the strike, and before 1 week from that day, the reporters started the strike 1 week ago. Before that, because the biggest problem was the fairness of the report. 공정성, fairness, 보도의 공정성. It was
모르겠는데? own press publication, maybe.
Mm.
Yeah.
So reporter started one week ago strike, then
Yeah.
company
The
strike.
whole, yeah, that's right.
Full.
Yeah, the reporter started the strike first because the biggest problem was the fairness of the report. As a report, we have to keep a close eye on the 정책,
Policy.
policy
Government
of the government.
policy?
Yeah, government policy. That's the aim of our program and the news. But the government and the CEO of our company forced us not to report about the problem of the country or the society. So we came to be on strike first.
For example, what kind of pressure from government? Like, do you have any story?
We have
What way they do?
We have so many stories. When we make a program, we couldn't use the interview of the president. They forced us not to use the interview of the president because he will look so bad. We couldn't understand the situation, and if something happens which is not good for the government or someone who has power, they forced us not to report about that. Even though one reporter writes an article about that, it couldn't be aired on the news.
But reporter wrote article about it. But when government want to stop, how or who they claim? Like your boss say no, or how you can you are stopped because reporter know the truth and they wrote. Who stop it? Inside of MBC.
Yeah, as I told you, we have some problem in the system. When after the election of the president actually can choose the CEO of MBC, our company. So the CEO of our company gives his loyalty to the president, and he chooses someone who is similar with him. Some important part of the company. So there are many strange people below him. So they force us not to report about the problem of society.
I saw on the internet CEO of MBC. He is hiding somewhere.
Yeah.
And because reporter are checking credit card information where he has been staying in the hotel, how he is doing now. Your CEO, MBC top, where he is doing, what he is doing now.
Okay. Before the election, he was afraid. Maybe I have to quit my job, but after the election, now he's boast. How can I say? He's not a friend now. Did you hear about the election of Korea?
Yes, leading party is still in power.
Yeah. So after the election, the CEO thinks he is in safe now. So he comes to our company every morning, and he's doing really bad things every day. It became severe.
Really? So he still want to control media reporting.
Yeah.
But I heard the CEO of MBC, he is from MBC reporter before. So how that happened?
이지승 말하는
Like
거?
he used to be a journalist, isn't it?
He was a journalist, but he himself told us that he couldn't imagine he could be a CEO of MBC. He was not good at work, and he was not famous. He was not talented, because he was chosen as a CEO of MBC
by president.
Yeah, he couldn't become a CEO of MBC.
Parachute, you know? You know parachute? System, you know?
Yes.
Because he was chosen because of that reason.
Because he listened to president.
Yes, that's right. Without the president,
Pet.
You know? And the friend is the pet.
yes, that's right. And the president chose the pet, and the CEO chose another pet, like this way.
I see. But I would like to know about strike. Do you know about how many people, how many MBC workers are on strike, and what is the percentage of people who are on strike? About
대충 about 80,
80%.
maybe.
it is in all departments.
Yeah, all department.
Not
I
just
guess.
news report.
As a news report team, maybe higher than that, I guess.
News reporting team is high. I see. But when we looked around the MBC building, like you said, even some newscasters are on strike. Some newscasters are not on strike. How it happened, like among MBC workers, maybe difference of thinking. So can you explain, like who are on strike, who are not on strike?
Most newscasters are on strike, but very few people are still working, and we say that some of them are strange, crazy maybe. Some are still working because they want something. Maybe actually after the strike, our company sent the person who is still working 해외 연수 보내줬는데.
뭐라고?
Reporters hope to work outside the country. They hope to have some opportunity to work abroad, and after the strike, the company gave the opportunity to someone who is not on the strike. Like that way, some are working because they want some fruit from the company, but they are not main. They are just a few.
But a lot of people are on strike now. How about the salary or income?
Salary income. We are not getting our salary for 3 months, so many are in trouble. We have to quit the 학원.
So irregular school, you know, in the irregular school, you know, the regular school, from the regular school in the irregular school. For example, in the piano, in the painting.
Like part-time job? Like
not really.
아르바이토 kind of?
No.
어떤 면에서?
아니, 그런 거를 끊는다고 애기들 학원에 못 간다고, 돈이 없어서. 무슨 얘기를 한 거야?
They in the children is done in the pay twin some irregular school. Actually, in Korea, in the background, in the the education system in the regular school. And regular school finished, and one day finished in regular school. After in the irregular school, for example, in the mathematics and the piano and the more painting and the school. But the days don't have a pay. They don't have a pay, and they don't pay between the illegal school and the children don't go between the illegal school. But I think that in the illegal school system is some the.
그리고 그거 말고 애기 아픈데
But don't support in the medical from
Yeah,
the
that's
children
right.
to children.
But how about you have industrial union for journalists? Are they support your strike, like both act and also financially? Like, can you get some income from union?
No, we can't. We paid, MBC paid for the union, but because now MBC has no money, the union doesn't have money to.
Just in donation.
뭐가? 거기가?
MBC.
MBC는 아니 우리 돈을 냈었어야 되는데 이제 그걸 다 까먹고 있지. 노조비. We paid for the union, but it's not that much.
Also, maybe this time some maybe empty.
They have to use the money for the strike, not for living.
I heard this time strike is 5 times.
Yeah, fifth time.
How about last 4 strike? Like, is it same reason when people on strike?
Yeah,
And
similar.
how they stop strike and go back to work?
The aim of strike was similar, and the last strike was 3 years ago, and we fought for about 1 month, but the company was in the same position. We don't want to listen, do as you please, we will do as we want. And at that time the government had much more power, and we thought we can't win at the time, so we thought we have to go back to work and we will fight as a reporter, as an article. We thought like that, but after that for 2 years it became much severe like this way, so we thought we cannot stand anymore, we have to fight again. So it lasts for 3 months now.
So this time strike is biggest one than ever?
Yeah, in the history of MBC it's the longest one.
But what do you think the future of this time strike? What do you think? What will be like your forecast? Your feeling?
At first we thought maybe after the election it will become a little different, but the result of election was not similar with what we've imagined. So we are in 멘붕.
뭐라고?
멘붕 상태인데.
멘붕이 뭔데?
아, 멘붕 몰라?
몰라.
알았어. 절망 속에 있어. We are so disappointed at the result of the election, but the aim of the strike has not changed. So we think almost all of us think that we have to fight. Maybe it will last about 1 year. It's possible. We don't want to imagine, but we almost all of us agree that we have to fight until we win.
But when you are on strike, what do you do? When you are on strike, you are not you are not making program for MBC, isn't it? But what do you do? Or what is, because in Japan, like, we don't have strike, like TV person on strike for so long. So I wonder what you do during you are on strike. If
We
you're
are,
still making something. Or
We are really busy during the strike. We have many teams for the strike. For example, I make a program called 제대로 News Desk.
Maybe you know in the
I
TV.
had to the
Yeah.
But we still make programs, and we put the program in the YouTube.
Yeah, it's a YouTuber.
In the YouTube,
On
in
internet.
the internet, and we make news and other program, and we go outside and meet person. And sometimes yesterday we went to the 국회.
Ministry of
Ministry.
아, 뭐지 그게? 막 모르겠다 뭔지.
And sometimes we prepare for the concert, and we join the singers or actors, and they like that. We are really busy.
I see. But how about viewers' reaction towards the strike? Ordinary people who watch MBC, what is their opinion? Like, do you get
Feedback.
feedback
Yeah.
or how ordinary people think about MBC strikers or people who are in not only MBC but other TV and newspaper are also on strike? What people think about it? Do you think?
One of most famous program of MBC is 무한도전, and
Comedy program.
this program.
Yes,
Comedy.
in the most of in Korean,
Comedy.
the MBC in the comedy program, and one of program is now 몇 달째지 지금 이제?
이제 석 달째 뭐지?
3 months and not broadcasting the comedy program way.
And the person who likes to watch the program says that it's okay, we can wait, you have to win. But some old person think that, as I thought you have problem, MBC has some problem. Do you know red complex of MBC?
Red complex.
Red complex.
Yeah, you know in the
Communist.
Marxist?
yeah.
I say,
Yeah, because North Korea and South Korea is defaulted. When someone criticize something, the others say that you are communist. Like that. MBC is communist. You have this problem like this way. You have to collapse like this way. It's departed.
But are you also negotiate with CEOs to solve the situation? Like you are on strike and make your own program for YouTube and release on YouTube, but apart from it, to get good fair report, you negotiate with top people?
At the first time, we hope to negotiate with the CEO. We have to don't stop do that. You have problems, stop do that. We told him, but as time goes by, we think he himself has to quit. We are saying that the CEO has to change. So he is not a counterpart of our negotiation. We think that you have to go out. We don't want to work with you. You are out. We are saying like that. We are negotiate with the upper point of not our company, upper point of the politics.
I see. Some ministry or
Not ministry. System is really difficult to explain.
like some
How
ministry in charge of communication?
방금 뭐라 지하면
Broadcast.
국회에 요구하는 게 맞는데.
이거는 한국어로 얘기하면 아마 야스다가 틀릴 것 같은데.
그래?
Mhm.
한국어.
Well, now in the some the it is in the some the difficult in the story of in the situation. Maybe in the day can the Korean language speaking and maybe in you back in Tokyo maybe Yasuda sound.
Maybe I will try. We have some organization called 방문진 who govern MBC and 이사. There are 11 person. Ah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. And there are 11 person. 방문진 and yeah, because of the problem. So we are telling the 국회의원.
국회의원 까먹었어 나 지금. 아직 소리 덜 깼어 나 지금.
But I'm wondering, like 80% is on strike. 80% people is on strike. So what about TV programs now? How they can make program for TV? 20 people, 20%.
News became shortened. Before it aired for 1 hour, and now it's only 50 minutes or 60 minutes like that. And other programs, some programs are stopped already, and some programs is made by the 20% or outside the station. And we buy the program, but they are not made
So another
by
company,
the workers.
another in the production making by program in the put in the MBC. From the MBC buy some program in the broadcasting system.
But I think definitely like strike is damaging MBC because I heard from you like MBC is half public, half
That's right.
advertisement. So all sponsors for commercial, maybe they don't want to pay
Yeah.
because there is not so much program going on.
Yeah.
그래?
그러고 있는데? 근데 시청률도 확 떨어지니까.
신혜진 광고가 안 되니까.
That's right.
So MBC CEO of MBC, maybe they think they have to do something to all MBC worker comes back or.
But because he has not he doesn't feel responsibility about MBC, we guess. Because if he has to quit MBC, he doesn't think he cares about MBC, the situation of MBC. He doesn't want to. He just wants to keep his position. I think.
But other TV stations are also on strike.
KBS.
KBS, a newspaper company. How long they are on strike now?
KBS maybe for maybe 1 month.
그리고 YTN.
더 있구나. YTN 연합뉴스, 국민일보.
국민일보. 5개네.
5.
MBC,
including
KBS,
MBC.
YTN in the broadcast
3
company.
broadcasting company.
In the
1 newspaper.
one newspaper.
And 1 news agency.
They are all on strike for same reason.
Yeah, similar reason. They have similar reason.
So you work together?
Yeah.
I see. But you have presidential election this autumn,
Yeah.
this November, October. What do you think that influence to your strike and reporting what do you think about the election? A few weeks ago, general election, and you are going to have presidential election in this autumn. How it affect to your strike and media reporting? What do you think?
It's really, it's not simple. It's really difficult to say.
뭘 이거
일단 소수당이 뭐야?
소수당? 한국의 소수당?
소수 정당을 뭐라고?
The small party, small political party. For example, in the 진보 party, and the small the left-wing party is so small in Korea is now. 근데
small party. Small party. If the small party comes to have the power, maybe they could change the situation, but it will need much time. And the majority party, if the majority party has power, 이거 되게 복잡한데.
초무득가시. 근데 저희는
So
Korean
maybe
political system.
you are not so optimistic about situation change soon.
It will change, but it will need a long time, I guess.
But you started to work for MBC 2005,
Yeah,
isn't it? So at that time it wasn't Lee Myung-Bak.
yeah, that's right.
So at that time was very good for you to work for MBC.
Yeah. If we report something which is against the government, people said that, oh, good reporter, you did good job. But it changed, totally changed. If one reporter reports about that, why did you do that? You don't have to do that. You have some problem. The situation has changed so much.
I heard even some report. I don't remember well, but someone is also arrested.
Arrested.
Like some reporter or producer. I don't know.
Producer.
How producer is arrested? What he did?
He reported about the riskiness of 광우병.
조사전에 in the PSF, in the Korean problem. You know? PSF problem.
The cow.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And the one in the MBC program in the broadcasting the problem the PSF, but in the Korean government in the they and arrested in the mom.
But what is the reason?
Yeah.
Because they just reported about
Reporting
PSE.
reporting the package is the broken from government says fact is broken.
Because of the program, many people came to know about the riskiness of that disease. So many people told about the program and 집회.
Demonstration?
Demonstrated. So many
Like
people.
candle-
Yeah, that's
candle
right.
demonstration.
Candle demonstration. So the government hated the program. It's still hating.
But I understand they don't like, but it cannot be the reason to arrest someone. So
Just
even
the
they don't like
fact.
it. Even they don't like it.
The government told that the program has some problems, some 번역. Translation was obscure like this way. We couldn't understand, but the government told like that. And 무죄 판결 났지? 무죄 판결 나다. They were not guilty. Afterward, they were not guilty.
But they just want to stop being as a producer, just want to fire or
They are still working.
still
But-
working for MBC?
Because they are not guilty, they are innocent. But at that time, our company criticized them. They had no problem, but government and our company seemingly blamed them.
But what about this strike? I heard from Doyoung, some people got fired. Like, do you know about how many people already fired?
2 years ago, leader of union fired, and this for this strike, the leader, same leaders, 2명, 3명,
그 밑에 붙어 있는 거가 4명,
홍보국장.
5명이던데.
5명?
5명이던데 밑에 보니까 붙어 있는 거 1층에
4명.
4명인가? 이용마 홍보국장까지요.
이용마 홍보국장, 위원장, 사무처장.
사무처장.
이번에 3명 아닌가? 그러면 예전에 잘렸던 사람 4.
그런가? 저 모르겠어.
4명 같은데?
아마도
4
4명.
people fired, and one reporter was fired, but he came to go back to work. Now 4.
But what do you think about yourself? Like, if strike is lasted for long, maybe next year or don't know, like what you are going to do?
I think I have to fight, and for me, because I was not married and I have no family to have someone who has to support, I can sustain, but maybe many workers will be in trouble, severe trouble, so it will be hard for them, I guess. The newspaper company who started strike before us, some workers are quitting their job because of the economic reason.
But, maybe this is maybe big question, but what is good journalism, or what is good media reporting for you? What is your ideal media report? What kind of journalist do you want to be?
In English,
아이고, 처음 어떡하지?
in Korean also
Your
difficult.
ideal journalism. Doyon is also look in trouble. I interview her, but you look in trouble too. Because this is big question.
I hope to be a journalist since I was 8 or 9 years old, and I just want to have a job which is interesting and which I can meet many persons, and I can feel proud of myself because and reporter. I thought reporter is a good job because I can help other people who is weak, who doesn't have because I can say something 뭐라 그러지?
뭐가 나는 몰라.
And well, anyway,
Yes.
but I think that this strike is not about an idea of journalist. It's a basic. It's a basic.
베이직.
Basic.
Oh, oh.
It's a strike about basic of journalist, I think. As a reporter or journalist, we have to talk about government policy or some bad person, but the government forced us not to do that. So it's a strike about basic. So it's not a problem of politics or something idea. I think so.
So do you have can I have message to Japanese people? That is the last question. Japanese people in the media. Yeah. Message.
뭐라고 해야
What can
돼?
I say?
まあ元気ですか?
I heard that the many custom of reporters is followed by Japanese. I know the words 사스마와리.
Yes, yes. Oh.
We use that word.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
사스마와리.
That's nice. That is very strange. Oh.
Really?
So do you think the similarity of Japanese media and Korean media?
Yes, many reporters say that we have many similar things. But you told me that the situation of Japanese is different from us.
Like Japanese TV company, newspaper company, they are not on strike for true reporting. Or anything you want to say?
Nice person. And when I went to Japan after earthquake, I saw many Japanese reporters, and they looked very nice. They were very great working and very busy, and many facilities looked fine.
근데?
그러게 말이야? 너 이렇게 머릿속이 하얘지지?
근데? 난데?
좀 도와줘. 나 뭐라 그래?
근데 뭐라고? 어떻게?
I heard that Korean. 아, 진짜 빨개졌네. I turned red. Our media came to develop after Japan, and nowadays we are in severe problem. But I believe that we will overcome this situation. Not just MBC is on strike. 5 media companies are fighting against this situation, and after this period, though it's really hard for us to sustain, maybe it will become different after that. I hope so, and let's fight together.
Yeah, solidarity.
Solidarity. Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, my English.
Oh, fine.
Sorry for that.
Fine. Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
終わり。
終わり。
終わりが
막 소리가 안 깨네 이거.
아까 그거 먹고? He's drunken.
역시 낯설은 무서워.
야, 너 진짜 그렇게 약해?
낯설은 무서워.